My name is Barbara Lathrop, and I've been on the board of directors of Associated Humane Society's Popcorn Park for about 38 years. I stay with them because I truly believe that we are the best animal shelter ever, and the things we do to help animals who are in trouble are beyond belief sometimes. Whether it's a swan or a bear or a tiger or a dog or a cat, they come to our shelter relying on us, and we're strangers, to give them the best care they can possibly get. It's so sad when they come in, but once they've been here for a little while and they learn that petting and hugging and kissing are a lot of the work here at Popcorn Park, they start feeling a little bit better. One of my favorite animals here at Popcorn Park is a very, very special pup. Vinnie was brought into our Newark facility by a man who said he found him in a park. It was very obvious that Vinnie had been chewed up and almost killed by another dog. Vinnie lost one of his ears and was ripped up pretty badly on his face. You can see in the picture his feet very, very swollen because his body was filled with sepsis, and he had, which is infection, all through him. He just didn't look like he was a puppy who was going to stay with us very long. It took months and months and months to bring him back to health. He'll always bear the scars of his injuries, with scars on his legs, obviously his ear. He also had 2 broken hips that had to be repaired surgically. Okay, this is our Vinnie today. He's a strong, healthy boy. He's going on 3 years old. He loves the world. He is energetic. He got his new hips and he runs around and has a ball with everybody. But like some of our other dogs, because of the injuries he had, he's got some arthritis, and it's only going to get a little bit worse. He now lives with our kennel supervisor, Tiffany, and her husband, and their dogs and cats. And life is good for this little boy that suffered for 8 months getting better, and almost died the day he came in the door. Frankie is one of those dogs that was terribly abused. We want you to see him before, but be aware you're going to see him after. And this was Frankie when he first came into Popcorn Park.
Frankie came to us when he was a victim of some very rough training by his owner. His owner repeatedly hit him with a sledgehammer in order to toughen him up and train him and make him a guard dog. Finally, someone spoke up on Frankie's behalf, and Associated Humane Society's Newark removed him from the situation. We found that he had 2 broken eye sockets, a broken jaw, and several bone fractures. And his head was swollen like this for several weeks. Frankie was brought into court to be used as evidence, but his abuser didn't show up and was never seen or heard from again. But Frankie won in the end because he wound up here where he lives for the last 9 years and has a wonderful life.
Good boy.
Yes, you are.
You're a good boy.
Yes, you are a good boy.
I know you're an actor.
I know. No, you wouldn't, right? Look at him.
You're a good boy.
You silly boy.
You're a good boy. You're gonna knock Shanira over. You're gonna knock her over.
You silly Frankie.
A couple of years ago, a woman walked into our Newark shelter with a 4-month-old puppy. She was a breeder, and this little Roddy puppy was born with deformed front legs. Her right leg was in the shape of what they call a lobster claw. That's what the veterinarians call it. And her left leg was nothing but a little tiny stump right up by her body. Our veterinarians examined her and took care of her. She had to lose the little stump because it was causing her to walk funny. She was trying to walk on a leg there, so they removed it. But the lobster claw foot she still has, and she walks very well with it. This is my best friend Trinity today. She's grown up into be such a beautiful little girl. She's going on about 3 years old. The little stump, as I told you, is gone, and her lobster claw foot is here. And she's surviving, but she does have a lot of issues. So
she has arthritis, hip dysplasia, and elbow dysplasia. Even her blood vessels are deformed, but she gets around very good, and she runs, she plays with the other dogs.
I would give you a particularly sweet place at Popcorn Park that we all love so much. It's called Kitty City. And if you look around, there are a lot of kitties in Kitty City. Kitty City has about 23 cats who live here all the time. And many of them, as I said before, are getting older, so they need certain treatment. Sometimes they have social problems. As cute as Frankie is, he loves the people who care for him, but he's not too keen on strangers. And some of them, nobody wanted, so we found a place for them here.
We treat thousands of animals a year between our 3 shelters. We care for so many, and so many would benefit from this. We have 2 weeks left to reach our goal. Please go to www.crowdrise.com and go to the Ocean First Charity Challenge, and then donate whatever amount to Associated Humane Societies and help us out. You're not helping us, you're helping them. Thank you.